learned about this shit through her, and I was like, "Wow, we
I
gotta
know.
we gotta do what?" Yeah,
Yes.
you
Okay.
talk
So
about it. Teach
this is the
us.
most humbling part of it all is that you do have to poop in a little tray.
Oh, awesome. So, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Christian and Crystal podcast. We are here with our good friend Rachel, and thanks so much for being with us. It's been long time coming. We've both been super busy, and you're running such a successful business, and
Thank
so
you.
we're excited to finally jump on and join you here and hear your wealth of knowledge that you have, and
Yay.
how you've helped, Crystal, and how you help all your clients, and it's pretty amazing what you're doing. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. I know it's been a second and life got really crazy, so I'm really excited to talk with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So Uh, well, we'll go ahead and just kinda jump right into it, but for people who don't know you yet, um, who is Rachel and what is Restore Holistic?
So, hi, I'm Rachel. I am a functional medicine practitioner, and in very simple terms, what that means, it's like an alternative medicine provider. So, it's a little different than conventional healthcare, a little just on the more natural side, focusing on whole body wellness, mental, physical, emotional. And Restore Holistic is my holistic fitness and wellness studio that opened last year. Which is crazy to say because we're now in 2026. So it opened in June of 2025. And I've been in business since 2020. So I've been doing this for quite some time. And now I finally have a physical space for us all to get together and do it all together. I really wanted to emphasize the community. I've lived in Palmdale my whole life. So it was just time. Yeah.
That is awesome. Super cool.
Yeah.
Um, you've opened up a studio just last year in it was at the beginning of the year?
No, it was in June.
Oh,
It was
Ju
in
oh,
summer. Yeah.
summer of last year?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's the studio is still new, we're not even at our 1-year mark yet.
No, not
I
even.
remember when I first had met you guys, I was, like, in the midst of, about to open. So I was, like, in my freak out moment of time. There was so much that like, I was in just, like, chaos, but yeah, I was fully online for the
Yeah.
last, 6 years, and then I had personal training clients in person at my home gym in my garage. Yeah.
I personally haven't been to your studio, I just see it through your social, and, Crystal has been there obviously, but it
Yeah.
looks very inviting, comfortable, fun. It's
Yeah.
really nice. It's really nice.
Thank you. I had a
And
vision and it came to life for sure. Like it's exceeded my expectations, times 1,000.
that's awesome, super cool. And then just a quick shout out to our friends Frida and Jose for introducing us. That's how, we got to befriend each other, so that's super cool.
Yay.
From them
Yeah.
hosting their oh my gosh, it's drawing a blank here. What's their Vibe and Thrive. Yes, Vibe and Thrive.
Vibe and Thrive. Yes. I couldn't remember
Yes,
that name of
which
that,
is
but
mhm,
shout out
which is
to
super
Farmers
yeah.
Insurance, Andrade
Yes.
Mejia. We love
Yes.
you.
That's awesome, super cool. So my sister is gonna love this episode. She probably hasn't watched a single episode of mine, and she's most definitely gonna watch this one because, she is very much into living a holistic life. She's very crunchy. I think that's how you say it. She taught me that
Yeah.
that's the word you say. Um, very
There's a
crunchy,
crunchy
but
community for sure.
yeah, for sure. So, um, I just very excited for her to watch this. That's as soon as it's uploaded, I'm sending it to her first, and she's gonna love it. But,
Yay. Hi,
um,
sister.
yes, Emily, her name's Emily, and so, I mean, she's super, holistic from the chemicals that she uses in her home to clean to, how clean they eat. She has 2
Yeah.
sons and her husband, and from the essential oils to just all sorts of stuff other than you for the very holistic advice. I go to her as well. Just to when our girls are sick, there's all sorts of ways to nurse them back to health that are very more organic and not pumping them with a bunch of drugs. And we're learning a lot of that, so she's going to be pretty excited to watch this podcast for sure. I was just at her house, and what did I have? Oh, sunscreen. We were about to go to the pool, and knowing how she is, I was like, oh, I don't wanna she has certain rules here, and this like, I brought my own sunscreen, and I was like, "I don't know if I'm allowed to spray this in this house." And so, I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, can I put this on before we go to the pool?" And she was like, "Absolutely, but you have to do it outside." And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
"Alright." Yeah, couldn't even
That's
spray it in the
so
house.
funny.
Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, you just gotta do it outside. Don't spray that in my house, please." And I was like, "Dang, that's awesome." But
No,
so
my friends all the time, like, they know how I am, and I keep it like, I live my life a certain way, but I also don't expect the people around me to do exactly what I do. But
uh
my friends are always saying, like, whenever they have something, quote, unquote, "bad" with them, they're like, "Don't let Rachel see," or they'll say, like, "Oh, Rachel, like, I know this is bad." Like, they're always over explaining themselves, and I'm like, "You don't have to do that." I stayed at my friend's boyfriend's house, like, a month or so ago, and I spent the night because 'cause they're out of town, and, she was like, "We took all the Glade plugins out because we knew you were gonna be here." And it's just, like, so funny because all my
Yeah,
friends do that with me. They're like, "Oh, Rachel's co" and it's, like, it's hilarious because 'cause I've never asked anybody to do that, but it's just, like, how I live my life, and they're just, like, always trying to they're like, "We have mocktails in the fridge for you, like, we know you don't drink," like, everyone's just, like, always trying to accommodate me, and I think it's so funny. But they're also always scared that I'm gonna see what they're using and, like, say something about it because they already know. Like, they know it's probably not the best thing, but
yeah,
they're like, "Oh my gosh, don't let Rachel see." So it's
yeah.
kinda yeah, it's really funny.
That's funny, yeah. No, my sister's the totally the same. I don't hide anything from her, but she'll see it, like, she'll come to my house and be like, "Oh, yeah, I don't have actual candles in my house, that's toxic." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, and so, she'll call me out on some
And
stuff,
you guys are
but
siblings, so, like, you can be a
yeah,
little rougher, you know? Like, with my friends, I'm
yeah,
like, "You guys do you, like, I love you and I want the best for you, but I'm not gonna be doing all the extras." But, like, with
yeah,
my partner, I'm a little more strict, and because we live together, so I'm like, "No,
yeah.
we're not having like,
No,
this
and
can't be
I
here," and I'm
love it,
like,
and I
"Fine."
learned so much from her. I mean, she's an expert in this area, and so even just recently, I reached out because our daughter was sick, and she wasn't getting better, and it was getting frustrating, and so I reached out to her, and I'm like, "Hey, cough won't go away, um, she's just not getting better, we're on, past week 2, what do you got for me?" And, uh, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then, of course, I get a whole novel sent back, and so I have to, like, really dissect the whole thing, but it was like detox bath, and it links to Amazon stuff, and I'm like, "Alright, we're gonna, try all these things." Some of the things we already had from, the last time they were sick, and she gave me some
Nice.
advice, so but this stuff really works, but take us back, what really got you first, like, really got you first into the holistic health and nutrition? Like, where did it start
Yeah.
with you?
You know, for me, like, going way, way back, I definitely started solely in the fitness space, like, started right in the fitness world of, like, lifting weights and, um, macro tracking, and, like, I was, like, kind of in my gym bro era, you would say, and hitting my like, this is, like, way, way back, okay? Hitting my
Okay.
protein goals, doing whatever that meant, eating the protein bars and the protein shakes, you know, how what's on the market and what's popular is not the best, but
Mhm.
I was, like, really unaware of everything. And then I got really sick, like
Mhm.
really sick. And I was just at my worst health with panic attacks and acne and digestion issues and exhaustion. Like, and I was in my early 20s. So it just didn't make sense why I felt so terrible so young. And then I started going to my normal doctors of like, hey, I don't feel good. Like, I know something's wrong and I want to know what. Can you help me? And time after time again, just like very dismissed, very much like, you can't be this sick because you're super young. Or like, oh, period problems, anxiety, like, have you tried birth control? Like, what about, they would always try to give me Xanax. Like, they were just
Mhm.
like, this will help. And it was always just like medication, medication. I never took anything. And I just was like,
Mhm.
no, this is not what I want. But I kept going back and back and back to same doctors, different doctors, and getting kind of the same experience and just leaving feeling super defeated. And then I started working with a functional medicine doctor. So somebody that ran the type of testing that I run now. And that was like a game changer for me and such like an eye-opening moment. And I invested in it. And obviously it is an investment financially. And I was super young. Like I said, I was in my early 20s and I was like, I have to do it because like there's no way I can feel like this
Mhm.
for much
Yeah.
longer. And, so I started running gut testing, I did the hormone testing, I changed my diet and started eating more whole foods and, started becoming aware of ingredients. And, that was a slap in the face for me because, again, I thought all the stuff on the market with all the fitness products because they're in the fitness realm. I thought it was good for you because if it's in the fitness realm, it's promoting health, but most of the stuff in the fitness space is doing the opposite. So that was really mind-boggling to me. And then because I was so sick and I was working on my health, I had to take a step back from lifting super heavy and
Mm.
um I went through that phase of like what that looked like and just kind of a healing era. So, yeah, then I just got my health back into a better place and it took a long time, a couple years to really like do that, made a lot of changes with my lifestyle, environment, exercise, really how I live my life. I stopped drinking alcohol. I did all the things that worked for me and, then I, started working on my education in the midst of all that to kind of have my own practice and do my own thing because not only did I want to help other people with it, but I really also wanted to continue helping myself. So that was like a big point in that. But then I also knew that there were so many people like me out there that were also super sick. Even though no one in my personal life was sick, I was like, I felt like it was just me. But now that I work with clients all the time, it's everyone. Like we're in a sickness epidemic. Everyone's sick. Everyone's sick.
Mhm.
So yeah, kind of just unraveled from there. And then it never stopped. So, and I went to the super crunchy side too. I've been there. I've been on the super crunchy side. I feel I'm a little less on the super crunchy side now, but I'm very intentional about my life and what's in my house and what I eat and like not drinking alcohol. I'm very specific, but I'll give and take on certain things where I feel like it was causing me too much stress to overanalyze, because you can't live a perfectly
Mhm.
healthy life. It's impossible.
Yeah, no, that's so good. And I'm one of your clients, and I have to say that even just spent a few months now, like there's already a change. And like people
Mhm.
around me are like, What's different?" Like I noticed like you have more energy. And I'm like, it's crazy. Like it's just your diet. I'm on my first protocol. Like there's a specific way to get better. And something I thought was really interesting, and I think that could be brought up is how you said like you were having panic attacks and like things like that. Like that's not talked about a lot. And like I had a lot of that in being connected to nutrition and other things like that is so like interesting. You wouldn't think right away about that.
I know.
But what are some things that you would suggest, like especially like someone going through the protocol? I mentioned how I started having like random like bursts of emotion.
Yeah.
And I was just like, where is this coming from? And could you expand a little bit on that? Because I was kind of like surprised by that when you were explaining it to me. I found it really
Yeah.
interesting.
First of all, I'm so happy that you're in my space and that we're working on all these things together. And just to hear about your progress so far has been really cool. Um, and just super rewarding for me because that's my favorite thing to do is obviously help people feel better because I've been there. And so there's this thing when most people that deal with long-term sickness in any capacity, whatever that looks like. So this is very like generalized, but anxiety, panic attacks, digestion problems, like you name it. A lot of these people also tend to have some type of nervous system dysregulation and or suppressed emotion. So it can kind of be something of that matter. That's just a common connection in sick people. Like if you really look at the root, that's one of the root cause things is suppressed emotion and holding things in. And that also is an anxiety thing too, because anxiety is also emotion that kind of just doesn't feel like it makes sense because you're not connected to your body to understand what the sensations mean. So then it just causes our
Mm.
brain to spiral. So when we start moving things through, meaning our liver's doing what it needs to do, detoxing out toxins, which is what it's supposed to do, but sometimes it can get congested through the toxins of life. Our kidneys are doing what they need to do. We're hydrated enough. We're flushing through what we need to be doing. We're pooping consistently. Always talking about poop on the internet. Um, we're doing all the things. Everything that's been stagnant and hasn't been moving through, emotions also start to do that too. That's part of the healing process. So when I start working with clients, um, 9 times out of 10, they're telling me like, why are like, I'm noticing like I feel a lot better with a lot of my symptoms, but I noticed I was super emotional for like a little bit. And like I was crying a lot, or like emotions are coming up, or even like some people are like, I felt very angry, like things are coming out. And that's part of the process, because although this is a physical health journey, it's also very much an emotional and spiritual. If however whatever you believe, it's a journey within yourself, because all it is getting back connected with your body. So then things start coming through that you're like, what the heck is that? Or I thought I was over this, or I didn't know this bothered me that much, right? But that's part of the healing journey. It's feeling the feelings and sitting with them, like really sitting with them, not avoiding them, not numbing them out, not saying this is a problem for later because I have to deal with life, because life is going to keep happening. But we have to really sit with these emotions and feel them and process them. And so that is part of the journey and the healing journey. And that does help you get healthier. So yeah, when you told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great thing. I know it didn't feel so great in it, because it doesn't feel good when you're feeling intense emotions. That's why we normally try to not feel them,
Yeah.
but it's needed. We stuff them
Yeah.
down until we can't, and then we explode. So we want to feel them more and process them in
Mhm.
real time. That's the goal. And it doesn't always happen that way. Again, it's not about perfection, but starting to just notice when your body is telling you something, and when it needs something from you. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so impressive. It's really crazy. So Crystal is more in tune with, her mind, body, and how all that connects and how important all of that is. I'm really starting to kind of learn all this. And it's funny, we were actually just talking about this today. I'm reading a book. Both of us are reading a book. It's called The Body Keeps the Score.
Oh yeah.
Um, have you read it?
Uh,
Yeah, really good book. And it dives so much into your psyche and your body and your nervous system, and how those are all connected. And um it's really, I mean, and you said it yourself, it's just so interesting how your mental health, your nervous system, your fitness, how it's actually all connected. And I feel like when somebody, is on this journey of wanting to become healthier, and I've been there, they don't realize how connected all of these things are. And
uh-huh.
this is a lot of what you teach is your nervous system, your mental, all these things, play a vital role in your health. And it's amazing to me, and I'm learning so much just from watching her be one of your clients, and the results that she's getting, and listening to this book, and it's just fascinating to me how all of it really is um truly connected, and how if you just focus on, on all of them and kind of integrate all of them together, which is what you teach, right? How you can get the results that you're looking for. So it's fascinating to me. And so somebody who, like me, I'm not, so I'm if you're familiar with attachment styles, I'm very avoidantly attached, and with that comes being
Oh,
avoidantly
I
attached
am
with.
too.
Oh,
I am
really?
too.
Okay, so
It's
you
yeah,
totally get it.
yeah, it's bad. It's really
Yeah.
bad. But it's
And
it's on it's really hard. Yeah.
it is, and so with that comes being, disassociated with also the pain in your body, not just emotional pain. And so there's there's a lot of, a lot of times my body's trying to tell me something, and I just ignore it, and I'm like, "Whatever," keep
'Cause
going.
it's
And
so uncomfortable to look at it.
right. Yes.
It's like deeply so uncomfortable. And even like telling people or talking to someone about it, or like it's like, oh my God, I'd rather just like I want to disappear. Like I want to literally fall off the face of the planet versus talking to you about this right now. That's how I feel. It feels like I need to like escape my body sometimes. And that's
Yeah.
part of just like learning the grounding tools that work best for you, because avoidant avoidantly attached people are on a different level. And I again,
Mhm.
speaking as one, like truly, there's no other attachment style like it. Like I truly feel like it's such a mental warfare, like all the time.
Mhm.
But
It
it's
is.
also so stemmed from childhood and
It
something
is.
something that happened or things that happen, multiple things that happen or emotional pieces maybe that were missed or like emotional attunement that wasn't met.
Right.
And you have to kind of reparent yourself, which is like probably the hardest part because you have to
It
literally
is,
start
yes.
back from like way, 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 way back.
Way back. And a good book I could recommend on that one is, the exact title, but I think it's Healing from Emotionally Immature Parents, is a
Oh,
good
I've
book
heard
that I
of
can
that. I've never read it though.
very good book, and it exactly what you were saying, ties back to your childhood and, having absent parents and healing from that emotional or absent parent and trauma, but, that's how you get your attachment style, and so
Yeah.
mine is very much avoidant, and we were just talking today about, how she's more in tune, with her body and all that, and
Crystal,
I'm just
what's
like
your attachment style?
It's avoidant anxious.
Oh, you're
So
avoidant too?
I'm avoidant and anxious. So
And
it goes I
anxious.
yeah. So it depends on the day.
she's an overachiever. She
Dang.
has multiple personalities and
Dang, girl.
Then
You're working overtime. But
so it depends on the
that's
day. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's hard too, man,
yeah.
because they both they really counteract each other so much, so it's like
Mhm.
that's so hard, but I also feel like most people in relationships end up with the opposite. If you get lucky, you
Mhm.
might end up with someone secure, but I don't know. I feel like there's either most people are one of the
very few
others,
people.
right? So
Yeah.
then you have to do that whole all that work individually, but then also together to make it make sense, to make sure that you guys are understanding each other. And it's just like it's a mind
Yes.
fuck. I'm like, oh my God, can I cuss on
Yes.
here? Sorry.
You're fine.
Um
Yeah.
like, wait, can I cuss on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck. I seriously still battle that to this day, and I just feel like
Mhm.
it is so hard. It is so hard. The only thing that's helped me for me, like I did years of like cognitive behavioral therapy, like regular CBT therapy, did nothing for me. Did nothing for me because I also like can process everything in my brain. I know exactly why everything is the way it is. Like I understand it. And
Right.
that just like kept me in this loop of nothingness. But somatic therapy, more of like getting in tune with your body and having to feel the uncomfortable feelings in your body and like talk to them. I know it sounds weird,
Mm.
but they literally force you to talk to the weird sensations in your body and like and reparent your child. It's like your childhood self. That helped me. And I still have ways to go because the avoidant in me is like, hey,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
time.
totally get it. I totally get it. So how do you integrate all of that? I assume it takes, and I think you've shared this, it sometimes takes people a long time to realize, like, you get a lot of clients who are years into their discomfort or their
Yeah.
symptoms and years into it until they reach out to you and they're like, "Hey, I need to do something different. Where do I start?"
Like different than Western medicine, like conventional
Yeah,
healthcare.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say better, but why is it
Yeah,
important to
different.
integrate a doctor and then also meeting with you and making sure that you're integrating, and also how do you integrate the mental health, the fitness and the nervous system? How do you take somebody through that journey
Yeah.
when they become a client?
So, to answer the first part of your question about how kind of functional medicine is a little different than conventional. So, I always like to say, and you already corrected this, like it's not that it's better, right? They're just so
Mm,
different. So,
right,
I believe that the duality truly is in both. And I think I really respect conventional healthcare and I think
right.
it can be life-saving and I think they have um, techniques and data and testing that is again life-saving, right? They have all the scans and the things that, are really important. Where they miss the mark and they know this, I think any conventional healthcare I've had conventional healthcare doctors tell me this themselves. Where they miss the mark is they don't get a lot of education on nutrition. They also don't get a lot of
Mhm.
education on root cause, like why the why. That's just not what they
Yeah.
focus on. They are focused on medicine and pain management and disease management. That is the conventional healthcare model. It is, oh, you are in a lot of pain. How can we fix it right now? So that's why you will walk out with a prescription every time you go to the doctor. And for some people, that might be really necessary, right? Like you sometimes need an antibiotic if you have a life altering infection. So again, super needed sometimes, but can be not what people need sometimes too. So the difference on the functional and alternative medicine side and why people come here years later, usually of already trying with regular healthcare, is we try to figure out why, again, going a little deeper into not just nervous system and understanding mental health and stuff, but also looking at the gut microbiome, like running gut testing, running mineral testing, looking at advanced blood work. So we look at different blood work tests that are typically ran by conventional healthcare. Usually they keep it super surface level for insurance purposes. They don't really want to pay, like not the doctors themselves, but the insurance doesn't really want to pay for all these things that they don't think is necessary, and or they just don't want to spend a lot of money on it. So with functional medicine, since it is self-pay, it does allow clients to kind of make their own choices with like what they get done. So we are able to obviously um increase the amount of what's done, because again, the client's going to pay for it themselves, so they won't go through insurance, but they'll get everything they need done. And it won't be so much like, oh, you can't get this, you can't get that. So we're just able to get more information. And then kind of what I walk my clients through. So Crystal knows this part, kind of like more of like drainage pathway support. That's our first phase always, which is again, supporting the liver, kidneys, colon,
Mhm.
the natural body's way to detoxify, but also really getting intentional on food, really getting intentional on lifestyle. Like, what does your exercise routine look like? Um, Usually we spend about 5 minutes at a doctor's office when we go for an appointment. Like, it's very quick and it's like spilling your life away. And then they're like, well, here's this, and you leave. So I spend a lot of time with my clients. Like, our calls are always like 40 minutes to 60 minutes every time we meet. There's messaging access available. Literally, all my clients can message me whenever, voice notes, whatever. So it doesn't feel so like, oh my gosh, I
Mhm.
have to wait 3 months for this 5-minute appointment. And I
Or
just
jump on a
walk out with a
podcast.
prescription.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, or jump on a podcast.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I know. So bad.
No,
So
that's
bad.
good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's service right there.
Yeah. So I'm quick with my clients. With everything else, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so hard for me to schedule stuff. But with my clients, I'm like, I'm on point, and I'm like, we have a lot of time to meet, and like it's really important to have this time together, because so many things come up in these sessions that wouldn't come up if you have 5 minutes with a freaking person. Like, they just wouldn't come up. And they're not
Yeah.
asking questions. They're not asking what your diet's like. They're telling you, eat healthy and work out. What does that mean?
Mhm.
Like, what does that
Yeah.
statement mean? Because
So
my
true.
version of healthy could be someone else's version of healthy. Like, my version of healthy used to be when I was eating protein bars all day.
Mm.
Like, or when I was still eating fast food all the time, but I was like, oh, moderation. That could be someone's version of healthy. That's not my version of healthy now, though. So if someone's just saying blanket statements, what does that mean to me? I don't know what that means. So I just try to be really intentional about like what my clients' recommendations, what would be helpful for them based on their tests, like, and supplementation as necessary, reducing toxins. Hey, switch out this product for this product. Just ideas and things that can help them. But I try to keep it pretty simple, because it's truly in the foundational pieces. Like, you don't have to go over the top. Like, not everyone's gonna be super like fully low tox or non-tox or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
It's just not in everyone's like what they want for themselves or want to their capacity to process. But if we can keep lower tox and like the things that matter the most in our food, in our home, that's like amazing. That's the best thing. What you wash your clothes with, right? You wear them every day. What you clean your bed sheets with, you sleep in them every single night. If you maybe
Mhm.
have a filter, like some things that I think are like the first points of like home care versus, the littler things like, I don't know. I would also say the Glade plugins gotta go, but that could be someone's like next step. And starting with
Mhm.
the long, like, start with one thing at a time. I don't
Yeah.
think like this is an overnight fix. I think this truly takes months, years, and you don't need to buy 10,000 new products at once. That's going to overwhelm you, and that's going to make people just not change, because they're just going to be like,
Mhm.
this is too much. I'm going to do what feels normal to me. And especially if you grew up in an environment where eating fast food every day was normal, or eating microwave food or
Mhm.
stuff is normal, you're not going to just go from that to a whole new life and overnight. Or you drank soda every single day. In middle school, I drank literally 3 Dr. Peppers a day, I'm not kidding, and no one stopped me. But, like, I had to grow out of that, and now I don't drink soda at all, but, like, that was not gonna be an overnight change. It's truly a lifestyle change. It takes time, and if you've been doing it for years, decades, give yourself more time.
Mhm.
What when I first met Crystal, I drank a lot of soda,
Yeah.
and, and she broke me of that habit. I don't even remember how you did it, but, I
I do
literally
the grocery shopping,
yeah,
so
I don't drink soda anymore.
She's like, "I'm
Yeah,
just not gonna have this in the
yeah,
house."
yeah.
That
and,
helps.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, and so I don't drink it anymore at all, and,
I got the bubblies though, like
yeah, carbonated water, we get those,
Yeah,
which ne I literally can't drink soda now. It just if even if I do, it's like I feel it just I don't feel good. I feel groggy. It's just it does nothing for me. It doesn't feel good at all. And
yeah.
so she's definitely helped me become much healthier, in my journey for sure. So and it's amazing to see her journey with her being a client of yours. It's pretty amazing and she's working really hard to just,
Oh,
follow protocol and she's doing a good job. So it's
yay,
amazing.
Crystal.
thanks.
Speaking of, we have to meet this month. I don't know if you're scheduled already, but we need to meet this
I need
month
to
and
do
check
that.
in. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I will look at your calendar.
Okay.
So I w so what are, some symptoms or struggles that, clients usually come to you with? What are some things
um,
that kind of have stood out, like, the most to you?
the top things, constipation. That's
Mm,
like most people's problem. Bloating, period issues, irregular periods or missing periods, anxiety
mhm,
and fatigue, like just true exhaustion no matter how long they sleep, if they nap, if they no matter what, they're just tired. Waking up tired, snoozing their alarm a bunch of times. I would say those are the top things.
yeah,
That's like probably mostly everybody.
I didn't know you weren't supposed to be tired all the time until, like, I talked to you and you were like, "No,
Mhm.
we're gonna figure out what this is,"
D
and
Especially for you, like as a mother, I think there's a lot of moms that will like, which is not wrong. I think it's normal to be tired and also be a
Mhm,
mother. So let me just say that's a hard freaking job. Okay. I
for
just
sure.
think a lot of moms also like kind of normalize being so exhausted and depleted,
mhm,
but they don't know any better. You know what I mean? They don't know any better and they
So
don't know that they're maybe a little bit vitamin deficient, nutrient deficient, they're running on coffee to survive, they're tired, maybe they don't have help, whatever it is, like, this is not blaming the mom, this is just that
mhm.
there's probably something going on that needs some support so they can feel a little better because you don't wanna feel, like, dead. Like, you
Yeah.
don't wanna feel like you're dead, and you don't have the time to feel dead because you have so much to do 24/7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so true. I think what you said about normalizing being tired
Yeah.
is very important and a lot of moms I think do that and there's just they're like it's just kind of part of the journey, I got the kids and but there's underlying issues that can actually help improve that and I have seen 100% that improvement. Her energy is one of the first thing I noticed is her energy improvement, which is amazing.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, if your body's not doing what it needs to do, plus you had pregnancy, which of course baby steals literally everything from you. We
Yeah.
know that. That's why they always say eating for two. Like baby's literally stealing everything. Then you give birth, like that's depleting in itself and it is a stressor on the body. And then everyone's just like, cool. Just like recover and go on with
Back to life.
life. And no one's like, hey, let's take care of this postpartum mom and like get
Mhm.
their shit together. Like let's get their
yeah,
labs done and let's like increase their nutrients and let's figure out something. So then, yeah, it's sad. And my best friend went through this too. And I was like, hey, we got to, you need to get some blood work done and we need to see what the heck's going on.
yeah,
And I made sure increasing her protein and I just had her do all this stuff. Cause she was just skipping meals. Like there's so many things, there's underlying lifestyle things that play such a role with your energy. So sometimes someone just has to kind of walk you through what that looks like to make some little changes that end up being huge changes.
right. Speaking of getting your shit together, um, you literally they clients literally Um, they literally shit like the gut check, right? I mean, walk us through that. I gotta
You know,
I need to learn
the
this
GI
process
map
because
the
yeah,
GI
I
map
mean,
is a humbling.
I learned about this shit through her, and I was like, wow, we
I
gotta
know.
we gotta do what? Yeah,
Yes.
you
Okay.
talk
So
about it. Teach
this is the
us.
most humbling part of it all is that you do have to poop in a little tray. You don't need to show it to me. And sometimes people think like they're going to have to send it to me and they're like embarrassed. And I'm like, I don't see your poop. I don't have any part in that. You do your test at home. You poop in the tray. You do have to, they give you gloves. They send you all this. You do have to
Yeah,
scoop it and put it in a little vial with liquid. And I always tell my clients, hey, I know it's not fun. I do it once a year. I do it myself. So please, like, I promise I do it too. It's not just me telling you to do it and me just like,
yeah,
la la la. I do it too. I recheck. But then from there, you send in your little vial in a little pouch and you ship it off to the lab. And then the lab gives me the results of like what's going on. And they've used their data and their testing stuff that they do. The lab does all that, not me. The lab sends me the results and I'm able to do the full interpretation on like bacterial imbalances, overgrowth bacteria, pathogens, parasites, infections, you name it, inflammation, how well you digest food, gluten sensitivities, your immune system. It's like a whole thing. But yeah, that's the most humbling part. Nobody loves that part. And I understand. But it's quick. You do it at home, you do it from your own bathroom. It's okay. And then it's done. And then we get your results back and we can move on with our lives. So that's the worst one. My other testings that I do, one's a hair test. So it's you cut a piece of hair. Not a huge deal. It's not a huge piece of hair and it's like underneath. And then another test I run frequently is like a hormone test and it's urine. So you pee on little strips. That's easy too. The poop one's the worst. But you send it in and it's gone.
Mhm.
that's awesome. Super
Yeah.
cool. Very effective. Very
Yeah.
Yeah.
effective. Yeah. I was a little taken back. I was like, "You gotta do what?" Yeah.
I
You
know.
don't need my help, right? You don't need
He's like, I got it.
you don't need
I
my
got it.
help with this.
I help like a lot of moms with their children. And so I do like pediatrics as well. And, obviously the baby can't freaking do it themselves. They're a little kid. They're not going to
Mhm.
do it right. So then the mom has to literally be under the, like, or wherever they're at, under
Yeah.
the toilet. Like
Mhm.
then the mom has to do it. I feel like that's hard. But also moms are used to seeing their kids poop. So I don't know if that's that bad. Like
Yeah.
that's normal, right? I don't know. I'm not a mom, but that's like normal. You
Yeah.
look at your kids poop, right?
That's pre
Yeah.
yeah. You
Okay.
You
do.
become
So
immune. You don't even smell it anymore or
Yeah.
anything. It's kind of like,
I'm saying yeah like I know, yeah. Whatever she says. Yeah.
you're like, Crystal, whatever she says, she knows
Yeah.
what she's doing. That's
She
funny.
knows her shit.
Literally.
Alright.
Literally.
yeah. But
But yeah, there's so many
I could
puns.
go all
There's so
night.
many
so
puns.
if you can
I always
expand
put
more on
puns
this,
when I make videos. I'm like, this is really funny because I'm literally talking
Yeah.
about poop. There's so many different
Yeah.
ways that people have got this
I
video.
know, like, how do you know, no, there's no wrong way to talk about this shit,
you
so
know.
so, um, okay, so the listener who this is very new to them, maybe it could be overwhelming. What's something they can do this week to just start being healthier? I mean, there's a lot we've digested. I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked about nervous system and mental health and
Yeah.
fitness and integration. And what's something just that average listener right now can implement today that can
I'll
help them
give
start?
you three simple things. One, walk every day. Like walk every day. That's the most underrated thing you could possibly do to improve your health is walking. And I think people don't think it matters. It does matter. Walking will improve your digestion, walking will improve your mood, walking will improve your energy expenditure and good for you. It's really good for you and it's good for your lungs. Just walk. Go on a walk. 30, 40 minutes. If you can split it up into different times, get up from your desk and walk, especially for people with office jobs. You need to get up. I promise. In the office culture, they'll keep you sitting and stuck in your
Mhm.
desk and you need to get up. You just do. Because then at 12 rolls around and there's donuts in the whatever, you need to get up and you need to walk.
Yeah.
Promise. It'll make you feel so much better than the donuts or the coffee or whatever. Two, make at least one meal at home per day if you can, even if it's so basic. Your food at home does not need to be gourmet or like restaurant vibes. Like, you really need to keep it so simple. If you like tacos and that's what you would get at Jack in the Box, you need to make tacos. If
Uh,
you like a Chipotle bowl, make a freaking Chipotle bowl. Make the meat, the beans. It actually won't take long at all. Just kind of figure out what your favorite meals are when you go out and try to recreate it at home. TikTok has so many easy recipes for busy people. You could cook under 10 minutes and have your meals done and make a meal for your lunch for tomorrow. I promise. At least one day. Um, I mean, one meal per day at least. That would be awesome. And then my third one was focus on your sleep. I think that's
mm,
also
Mhm.
super underrated too, and people stay up really late, especially now that we have our little devices that we can just scroll on for the whole night, and we are adults and we can do whatever we want with our time, and nobody's gonna
mhm.
tell us to go to bed. So you need to like have
Yep.
really good sleep hygiene and like prep for sleep 2 hours before you even want to be asleep, if you can. Again,
Wow,
I know this might not always apply to
that's
everybody with
good.
little children, so this is general, but if you can start prepping for your sleep a little earlier, whether that's taking a bath, whether that's doing your skincare, whether that's taking a shower, whatever you do in your nighttime routine, get ready and like when you get into bed, try to that to be actual sleep time or, you know,
Mhm.
time that's not on the phone. Get the phone time out before you lay down. Then you can train yourself to like lay down and that's just for sleeping, like just to go to
Yeah,
bed. Yeah, I would say those are my top 3. Maybe
that's
even if you just do one of these. If you don't do any of these 3, start with 1. That
that's
would be
good.
great. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's super cool. So, Rachel, do you have, I'm just curious if you have any guilty pleasure foods that you still love?
I love chocolate.
Mm.
I love chocolate. And I
Awesome.
and I don't give up chocolate either. I'm like, I still eat chocolate regularly. I don't eat fast food. I just not for me at this phase of life, and I don't drink alcohol, so I feel like that's already, like, a lot of things out. I'm not giving up chocolate. Chocolate's, like, it for me. I literally just ate chocolate today. But I will get better branded chocolate that's a little lower sugar, I will say. So I'm
Mhm.
still staying true, but Imma still eat my chocolate, for sure.
Mhm.
Love it. Good
And
stuff.
sushi, for sure.
Oh, sushi. Okay. Yeah.
Sushi fan,
2 of your
yeah,
favorite things. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
today in the office, this was kind of funny. Just made me think of it. Today in the office, I had my director of sales. She said, uh, randomly, and she's kind of random, but she pops out and she was like, it says to eat that you should eat. This is exactly how she said it. She says you should eat 23 almonds every day. And that was all she said. And I was like, okay, what for? And she was like, oh, to be healthy. You should eat 23 almonds a day. And I was like, okay. To the chocolate point, I go, do chocolate covered almonds count? Because I eat like
Yes.
50 of those a day.
Oh, it's so healthy.
Yeah. If I
And
had
she's like,
chocolate almonds, I could do 23 a day. If I had
yeah,
regular almonds, I don't know.
exactly. And I'm
Regular
like,
almonds, I could do, like,
first thing I
10,
thought,
maybe.
I was like,
Yeah.
chocolate covered almonds? I'm gonna say they count. I'm gonna say they
Mhm.
count. And so
Yeah,
we
I
were
think,
just laughing
yeah,
about that
especially
today.
in dark chocolate almonds.
There
Yeah,
you go. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Keeping it
healthy.
dark
It
chocolate. Dark
counts.
chocolate's
I'm
really
saying
good
it
for you.
counts. Yeah.
Dark chocolate's good for
So
you. It really is.
I uh, what is?
Dark chocolate?
Dark
Yeah, no, it
chocolate.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. That's what I've heard. Dark chocolate and a glass of wine. Um,
That's what everyone says.
yeah. So I actually want to touch on that. So you've mentioned a few times that you don't drink, and I'm curious. I'm assuming you have in your past,
Yes.
and it's just an assumption. So okay.
Yeah.
So what how have you seen an improvement in your life or the benefits? Can you take us through that journey? Because I've heard countless people tell me, I quit drinking and it has made such a positive impact in my life. So I'm curious, how that's impacted your life.
Yeah, so literally one random day. First, I will also be fully transparent. I started drinking earlier than I should have. So I started
Okay.
drinking when I was like definitely a teenager. So I was like, by the time I was 22, like that should it was already enough. But I didn't necessarily have an alcohol problem, but I did drink regularly with friends or like during outings. And I thought 1 to 2 to 3 drinks, who cares? Because I'm at dinner or whatever. So I noticed that when I turned, like, 25, I started realizing that drinking was making me anxious, 1. 2, it was, like, physically making me feel sick, like, I started getting, like, histamine responses. I would get so itchy when I would drink wine. I was so
Ooh.
itchy, I was, like, flushed, like, I had histamine symptoms, like, my body was literally rejecting it, but I also started feeling like I'm talking to people about stuff that doesn't matter because, when you start drinking and then you start, like, everyone's just talking about nothing, and it just is, like, kinda or something, or the people get really deep only when they drink, you know? I just started
Yeah,
feeling like, I don't like this. Like, I would love if, like, we can have real deep conversations, normal. And,
yeah,
it also tied into me not feeling connected to myself at that time. So, whatever. Like 4 years ago, one day I woke up and I was like, "I'm done drinking." Nothing happened. I did not have a hangover. I had a really good night the night before where I had drank, but I was like, "I'm done." Like, I just know I'm over it, and it's like, I'm just done with it. And I think that was one of the best things I've ever done for my whole life. Like, I just feel so like it is the flex that it is the flex to stop drinking alcohol in the
Mhm.
world the way it is. And it's changed everything, like, not like, my skin, how I feel in the mornings, not having anxiety in the mornings, waking
mm,
up and just, like, not being exhausted, not staying in bed the whole next day because I don't feel good. I just don't miss any of it, and, I still go to dinner with my friends and still do regular stuff, and sometimes I don't even get a mocktail because usually those are just straight up sugar, like, they're not even kinda worth
mm,
drinking, like, they're just literally, like, soda or sugar, and I'm like, that's not my vibe either." So I just am there for the vibes. Like, I like good food and I like to just enjoy being here in my body, and it's just changed my life. And I think people around me have also benefit from it for themselves. Cause I think when you're around somebody that's sober and you hang out with them and talk to them regularly, you get curious for yourself,
Mhm.
like a little bit. Maybe not going fully sober, but you definitely tone it back a little bit. Like you just start looking at yourself more in your habits and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't I don't wanna be the only one at this dinner drinking, like, people start
yeah,
thinking a little bit more about it. So I feel like it's benefit everybody, but mainly myself.
No, that's amazing. So, what are
mm.
some ways that you personally kind of like decompress or just kind of relax yourself, like especially after a crazy or busy week or day?
Great question.
Um,
Most people go to the alcohol, so that was a good follow-up.
Very great question because I feel like most people's de-stressor is, like,
Mhm.
weed or alcohol.
Yep.
And I was never a smoker, and that was never my thing, but yeah, I think for me I'm an introvert, so I love to recharge by myself.
Mhm.
Like I don't know if I'm actually an introvert because I do love people and I do love talking to people, but I recharge
Just
on my by myself. Like when I'm
Mhm.
alone, I really can get my battery charged back up. So I love to just like when I really need it, spend a night by myself or with my dogs. I love my dogs and my cats. Take a bath, do my skincare, do everything shower, get a massage. I'm
Nice.
like, if I'm doing a full on self care night, I'm doing a full self care night. But like on a regular day to day basis, like truly just time with myself, um, preferably getting off my phone. It's not always possible. And we're all a little addicted to these little devices, but I feel good when I get outside, do something in nature, am not on my phone, spend time with my animals, and just like recharge. Um, Outside is really healing, actually, and I feel like that's the ironic part with like depression and stuff. It's because obviously when you're depressed and anxious, you don't want to leave your house and you don't want to get out of the house. But that's actually one of the things that's going to help you so much is like getting out of the house. Like
Mhm.
it does wonders for you, even to just walk around your neighborhood, walk around the block, like go to the park, get outside. It is really healing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. Good stuff.
Mm.
So, I want to add in this is actually the first time we're doing this, but, I wanna add in a little bit of, as you know, my wife and I, we run a real estate business,
Mhm,
so where we blend traditional and creative finance, and just find any solution we can for buyers and sellers, to get to their goal.
mhm.
But, I wanna ask you, so you've grown up here in Palmdale, you live here in Palmdale, you have your business here in Palmdale, and I would like to know how that has been like for you, growing up in Palmdale and running your business here in Palmdale. How has that been for
Yeah. You know? I think people have a lot of bad things to say about Palmdale, but I don't think it's all that bad. There's like there's a lot of potential here, and of course, like everywhere, there's weird situations and bad people. But this is home for me, and when I was contemplating opening the studio, I was like, do I should I move? Like, do I need to move and like open up somewhere else? In my head, I'm thinking like San Diego, like,
Mhm.
the really popular places, San Diego, like somewhere else. And then I'm like, no, like this in like Palmdale truly needs it. Like, why would I not benefit my own community that I literally have lived here my whole life? Like, this is my community. Like, I want to be more in my community to make it better because if nobody does anything here or opens up good quality, like businesses here that are to help people, if nobody's doing it here, then Palmdale doesn't get to see its full potential or grow or get better
100%.
because
So
everyone's just like moving and doing it somewhere else.
yep.
And I feel like people need to, like, bring their zone of genius here because again, there's, like, so much potential here, and yeah, there's just so much that we haven't even gotten to see yet because a lot of
Love
people are
it.
scared to do it here, but I
Mhm.
just feel like it's really important to do it here.
That's amazing. That was a great answer. How has the community supported you in your business?
Oh my gosh, so much. Like, so much. Again, more than I ever expected. When I opened the studio, like, obviously as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of fear. Opening a business is not for the weak. I don't recommend it for most people. I truly think a lot of people, the general public, um, would love not being an entrepreneur. Like the general public would love their 9 to 5 clock out and call it a day because it's safe. It's like promised. It's all the things. And being an entrepreneur is so scary, so hard. So I was super scared and I just like tried to not let fear be in the driver's seat of everything. And the community has really shown up. Like seriously, again, beyond belief, like everyone has been amazing. The clients we've gotten at the studio, people I've never met in my life, like people I've never met in my life didn't even know they freaking lived here. Cause you obviously can't meet everybody.
Yeah.
And I've just like the most amazing people walk through the door and, become members here and trust in my vision and trust in the process and trust in all the things that we do. And I have the best instructors. Like, again, people I did not know before the studio opened, none of them. I didn't know any of them before the studio opened. And somehow, with like divine timing, like we fell in each other's like path. And they're literally like the perfect people for my space. So I don't know. I truly think everything has unfolded so great. And I did not envision us being where we are this quickly, which
Mhm.
is great because I want to impact as many people as possible. That's the end goal. And again, in this community, like this is always going to be really important to me. And I live out here. I love it out here. And again, yes, there are problems just like everywhere else and it's not perfect. We know that. If you lived in the AV, you know that. But there are good people here and you just have to kind of put yourself in spaces to find them. And just like how we met each other through Frida's group, like when you're friends with somebody that you like and you
Mhm.
respect, chances are through them you'll also meet people that you like, you respect, you want to talk to, you want to spend time with. And that's how we like meet these people that we
Yep.
want to be meeting. Because you're not going to meet them at home
It's true.
on the couch.
So true.
You're just not.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is in store for you and for Restore Holistic in the future? Do you have more plans or a bigger vision that you can share with us?
I have a lot of thoughts. Again, like as an entrepreneur, I think my brain is on overdrive with thoughts of ideas and things that may happen, things that might not. But I would love to. I mean, I'm at my location right now for 5 years. I spend at least 5 years at my space, so that won't be anytime soon out here. But definitely expanding bigger space, um, like a little cafe, an organic cafe inside. I have thought. I really, really, really want to like dial in on, you know, all things wellness. And there's just so many things. I would also love to open up another studio space in another location too and have multiple studios. So that's also a thought. I don't know
Wow.
where. So that's like, and everyone always says when you have a brick and mortar location, like, don't get another space if it like before it's been 2 years. There's like this like, you know, thing about like don't do it before the 2-year mark. I don't know. So I'm not gonna make any like impulsive decisions, but
Mhm.
definitely more studios in the thoughts for me and expanding the space into even having a little bit more. Even though we have a lot now, I always want it to have everything that anybody would need.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, last question. If
Yeah.
someone who's listening right now, for someone who's listening right now who is feeling stuck in their health journey, what would you want them to hear right now?
You just need to take baby steps, like truly baby steps. I think people don't make changes because they're trying to change 10 things at once. Like, and it's impossible. We're just human beings. We're not a robot. So start with one thing, like pick one thing and stick to it and be consistent. And that's how you're going to gain self trust with yourself. I know that's like more than one thing, but just like start with one thing. Okay. You
Good.
can't
Good.
you can't make all these lifestyle changes if you don't even trust yourself. Like start with one thing and commit to yourself and show yourself you can even commit to that one thing. And then you can go from there. Because if you
Love
can't
that.
commit to eating healthier or working out, then how would you commit to eating better, working out all at the same time? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
start with one. Start with one thing.
Yep. That was
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
How can you commit to fitness, mental health, and nervous system, and attachment
And being a
style,
better
dating
friend and
style?
being a better partner
Yeah.
and being
There's
of this
so much.
and
Yeah.
doing good in your career, like, how
There's
can you do
so
all
much.
that if you're not
It's a
doing
lot.
one of like, start with
It's a
one.
lot.
Like, start with
Yeah,
one
I
and
agree.
it's
I
yeah,
agree.
stay committed to it and commit to it and then, go from there. Because
I agree.
you can't do
And
all that at once.
find your support, right? Um and you're our support, and I just want to thank you for
Thanks.
everything you do for our community and your business, and you're such a light to our community. And I love that one of my favorite things you probably said in this was that you chose to have your business here, and that you want to impact your community. And if you chose to take it somewhere else, more businesses need to choose here to run their business and
Mhm.
impact their community, and have a positive impact. And thank you for doing that. And
Yeah. You guys
you've got
too.
such thank you.
You
Yeah,
guys too. Like it's like obviously this is corny, but like be the change you want to see. Like everyone's
exactly.
can just say
Yeah,
scream from the rooftops like this place sucks. Okay, then do something. And
right.
nobody's like if
Mhm.
you're not doing
Yeah,
anything, I don't want to hear it. So
right.
like
And
do something. Do
yes,
something.
take
Yeah.
action and do something about it. And so thank you for being somebody who's taken action and making an impact in the Antelope Valley, and having such a positive impact in all of our lives. And we see it on social media. I've seen it personally in our lives. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate you. We
Thank you
really do.
guys. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
having me.
of
That was
course.
fun.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good time. Thank you so much for being on. How can do you want to share your handles on social media? How can somebody contact you or find you on the socials?
Yeah, so through Instagram, my personal page is Rachel May Wellness, has a period, Rachel May period wellness. On TikTok, Rachel May Wellness. And then my studio is Restore Holistic, just Restore Holistic,
Love it.
and you can stay connected to all things. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Great studio, great owner, and you guys will not be disappointed. So thank you so much. We really
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time, and thank you. And we'll looking forward to future podcasts.
Mhm. Yes. Thank you guys for your patience with me
Absolutely.
getting here.
No, of course. Thank you. We're thankful for the time. So we
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
guys so much.